So we are in a 2014 Chevy SS that clearly is extremely modified. We reviewed one of these
when it first came out.
Yeah, when it first came out. And we had an absolute blast with it. I mean, it is really a niche market enthusiast car. People aren't really coming out with sedans nowadays that are targeted for people who just purely love driving.
Not a sedan purely designed for that. There are modified versions of regular sedans that are for enthusiasts. This car was
only one.
Yeah, there was no 2-liter Ecotec version of this car.
Yeah, so it started life with a 6.2-liter V8, 415 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque.
It's not bad.
Not bad, but you add on an LSA supercharger and
pulleys, cam, and obviously it's tuned.
Yeah.
With many things, injectors, and the result is
687 wheel horsepower, which is definitely really freaking fast.
A lot.
The cool thing is, all of the performance modifications, we'll talk about the like exterior and interior mods he did as well. This is a really, really well put together car. No skimping out on anything.
Yeah.
The performance mods were $6 to $7 grand.
Total.
The max you could spend on a brand new SS is like $50,000 because there was only 2 options in 2014, and then the manual was a no-cost option. And so 55 grand or so for a car with maybe 800 crank horsepower.
Yeah. And the big thing is, it was not very expensive for the owner to get to this power level. It has also been exceedingly reliable too.
That's the coolest thing.
I think he said he's put 20,000 miles on this performance setup without any, knock on wood, without any major issues at all.
Yeah.
Which, if you're running about 800 crank horsepower through a car, things can break, but if you do it right, like this car has been done, it's awesome.
So here's what I think. This is a 4-door sedan with a stupid amount of horsepower and a supercharger.
Mm-hmm.
It is, in a way, like a Dodge Hellcat. But I think this is way cooler.
I agree. It also, it looks more unique. It is a more special vehicle because it's not based off of a lower end vehicle. And honestly, I think
it's cooler, and it definitely drives better. It handles better. It's much lighter.
Yeah. 4,000 pounds when they're new, right about there.
I mean, at 700 wheel, the car is faster as well.
Yes,
so
definitely. And it sounds unbelievably good.
It's interesting. I think if you're thinking about getting a Hellcat, you could think about maybe picking up a used SS and modding it like this. Cool alternative.
Yeah.
Also, buying a car like this, because it is rare, comes with a big cult following. The owner of this car has a bunch of people that he talks with and communicates with in Australia because of the Holden Commodore, which is going bye-bye, unfortunately. And this car only has 1,000 units left to be produced in 2017, and then the SS is no more. So, total of 8,500 units.
Which is pretty low. This is a pretty rare car to see in America on the road.
Absolutely. And like Eddie said, it's pretty understated normally without this crazy wrap.
Yeah.
But that's cool in a sense for people who do know what it is. That little subtle change from, I guess, a normal non-enthusiast might think it looks like a normal Chevy Malibu or something like that. It's cool. It's a hidden gem. It's
LS swap Malibu.
Well, with what does he have? He has long tube headers.
He still has mufflers, but high flow cats, long tube headers. It shoots flames, as evidence. He was on Tail of the Dragon and actually melted part of the rear diffuser area.
So this car has mufflers, yet still shoots flames and is so freaking loud.
It sounds so good.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It sounds so damn good.
It's got a good, nice cam sound to it when at idle.
Yeah, idle is lopey as hell.
Yeah. But it's also, like, we were just driving along while we were just speaking. It wasn't loud. It wasn't punishing us ride-wise.
Yeah.
It was very, like, usable as a daily driver. It's still refined. It's not just stupid amount of horsepower that you can't utilize anymore.
There's actually nothing telling you that this car has 700 wheel horsepower right now. Nothing at all. It's comfortable. It is really cool. This car has aftermarket coilover suspension, which makes it a little bit harsher, but I don't know. Still
I still
rides
think
good.
it's fine. On
Still
this
rides
road,
good.
this is a good road, but still.
On 15s and up, you could get magnetic ride suspension, which is a really, really nice system.
Yes. Let's talk a little bit about what he did with the badging and everything.
Yeah, so exterior-wise, he changed the badges, did a full Holden exterior change,
Version,
but
essentially.
the interior is what's really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't skip anything. He sent the nav system to
Holden
Australia.
logos right there.
They did all reprogramming, sent the instrument cluster, and then even though it was $700 just to change the logo on the airbag,
Because it came with the airbag and
because it came with all that, he did that as well. The funny part is it's hard to ship an airbag from Australia because people don't want to ship explosives, but
Yeah,
he got it done.
yeah.
Got a nice twisty section coming up.
That's what you know has 700 wheel horsepower.
Very little body roll. This car feels light. It feels a lot lighter on its feet than a lot of sedans nowadays because because a lot of them are getting really, really heavy because they're trying to give more and more legroom for the people who are buying the lower down models, like a BMW 3 Series, and that makes the chassis harder to be more lightweight for something like a BMW M3. All right, hold on tight. It automatically shifted into third when it got some wheel spin, but even though it skipped the second half of second gear, that was still freaking fast. Oh my god. And it sounds so good.
It's not bad at putting down the power either.
No, it's really not.
285 to the back. It's not like crazy wide tires.
Yeah. No, it's got Michelin Pilot Super Sports. It doesn't have NT05Rs or drag radials or anything like that. This is a totally daily drivable.
Yeah. It's
car.
also not, I don't want to say not intimidating, but it's, if you've driven a car of this sort of power level, some of them can be quite scary. But this, like, it felt pretty easy. It didn't want to kill you or anything.
Yeah,
it didn't.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's
My one gripe is the transmission.
Yeah, mine too.
Say,
6L80, which is just a 6-speed torque converter automatic transmission, and
it responds really slowly.
Really slow. It's not just the paddles.
Yeah,
the paddles respond slowly, but also just shifting wise, it's not the fastest.
Fixable with the manual transmission.
Yeah, this would be a ton of fun with that 60. That would be, yeah. It would just be like a CTSV manual.
Yeah.
Remember that one? Yeah, that
was pretty fun.
That was a lot of fun, yeah.
The interior of the car is nothing to write home about. The seats, however, are very, very comfortable.
They are.
The rear passenger legroom and headroom is really good as well. Even me sitting behind Eddie, who's taller, I had plenty of room. Visibility is great in this car, and the isolation from the road is it's pretty quiet.
Yeah, nothing. It feels really solid and well built. Nothing really. No panels are rattling. No interior trim is rattling.
Yeah, no squeaking.
Very
nothing.
solid vehicle.
Things we love about it: relatively inexpensive, reliable power.
Yes.
The fact that you can buy one of these and then spend $2 to $4 grand. I mean, you can get on the upper end. He had a extremely expensive aluminum balance wheel that was $1,000 just for that.
It helps throttle response.
Yeah, it helps a lot apparently, but you don't need to have that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, cheap power.
Yeah. Well, and then the power is something else we love. 700 wheel horsepower is a lot in any car, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. So you have to love that if you feel it.
And the sound of the LS3 is absolutely insane.
It sounds great at idle, revving. It's really loud, and it also
it sounds good in every scenario.
Yeah.
Some cars are only good under load. Some cars sound better when they're idling. Some cars don't sound good when they're revving, but this does all of it.
One of the things also, it's got a good quality of sound to it. It's not just loud for the sake of being loud. I've noticed, especially some of the Chevy LS engines, they're just insanely loud, but it just blah. It's not like there's no tone or tune to any of it. It's just loud.
But this sounds good.
It's a good sounding car. Things we hate. The transmission is pretty much it, actually.
Yeah, this is it. We really like this car.
It's for what it is.
The transmission
a lot of fun. It just shifts way too slowly. And at full throttle, it's not bad, but it just doesn't react as fast as.
Yeah, I mean, most cars at full throttle are really good, but if you're half throttle, 3/4, especially downshifts, just suck.
Oh, there's a downshift. And there's another one. But overall, for the price range, the performance, what this car can be used for,
it's a really awesome car.
It's freaking awesome. It took the already awesome SS and just turned it up to 12, and
yeah,
love it.
Yeah, it's overkill, but it's overkill in a way that we very much enjoy.
Yes.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse our channel and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you next video.